Hello and welcome to the special coverage of the 2023 Global Cherry Summit. We're here with Patti Sun. She's the CEO of Daymon Worldwide China. Patti, thank you very much for joining us today and welcome to Chile. Patti just did a great presentation on the retail sector of China. So Patti, first of all, how's the retail sector doing in China? How's it adapted in these past 3 years, of course, to the COVID pandemic and the lockdowns in China? And what format has benefited the most coming out of these challenging times?
Actually, a lot of retailers are struggling. We actually see a lot of evolution for all the retailers in China over the past 3 years. We see a lot of different multi-formats, which you can see, first of all, there will be membership stores, there will be smaller mini community stores, and also all the online delivery services. It has to be hand in hand, work together. So all the retailers need to have their own delivery services. At the same time, they still need to keep some of the stores, the physical stores, to really satisfy different users. So what I will really say is the good things about China is it evolved very fast. So we basically adapt, we change, and we get things done, and trial and error is also very, is the practically every day that we have in China.
Yeah. And what strategies or what formats? We have, of course, the retail, the physical store, delivery, as you were saying. Which one is proving to be the most successful in this post-pandemic era or time, as we could call it?
I would still say it's going to be like a mix. There's no, to my knowledge, I don't think there's like specific one is very, very successful. But if you look at the numbers, like for cherry consumptions, I would say like membership stores like Sam's Club, Costco, they're doing a very good job. That's definitely, they're doing a very good job. But at the same time, it has to complement with the delivery service at the same time.
Right.
So I wouldn't say that membership store is the only one that gets successful, but I'm gonna say it's the mixture of different formats. And also a critical thing is still home delivery, because that's still like essential for all the consumers in China, no matter where you are.
Yeah. Has there been an exponential growth in these delivery services
It
within
is.
these past years?
It is. In my presentation, I just talked about real-time retail. I always joke about it. Basically, it's like a fancy word for delivery service, right? But it is real-time because it will deliver to you in 30 minutes or in half an hour or 1 hour. So everything's fresh, and it's actually helping a lot of different consumptions for different type of consumers, especially for those actually like working, white collar, or they live in suburb area. So basically, they live on those delivery service. So that's a tremendous growth.
Absolutely. And in terms of consumption, well, you touched upon it a little bit with that answer. But what are the consumption trends that we're seeing? What's growing the most? What's sort of staying obsolete? So how is that sector?
For cherry,
advancing?
right?
Yeah, for cherries
For cherry.
in China in general, of course.
I would say larger size is still very critical, especially during Chinese New Year, because we wanted to treat us well, right? And we want to have gifting occasion to our friends and relatives. So it has to be something with a face, right? So I give them something like very big pack or like a gift pack, and also with a larger size of cherry. It's very, very important. So I still believe that will be the trend.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And now we also heard about the e-commerce, how big it's getting, how relevant it is, and the amount of users that are using these social platforms that encourage e-commerce and that work with that. So why has this sector become so relevant for the Chinese cherry market?
I would say we also have another speaker from Douyin, TikTok, in China.
That's the one.
So that's the e-commerce in Douyin is actually fascinating because it grows so fast. We were actually overwhelming by their performances, because in the beginning, what we believe from Douyin or TikTok is the apparel, those kind of category will grow very fast. But at the same time, the fresh category also growing very, very fast. And because everything is interest based. So this e-commerce, everybody knows China e-commerce is growing very fast, but this interest based e-commerce is something that we really need to watch out and really need to monitor and know how to learn from it and also better utilize it. So, and they're actually the biggest player right now. I just noticed the numbers. It's actually bigger. It's the biggest
600
in the
million
e-commerce. Yeah, in the e-commerce.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So they're selling crazy amounts. He even said that one of the influencers in one live stream sold 80,000 boxes of cherries, which is just crazy to think about.
It is crazy, and it's very, very exciting as well.
It shows how big the sector is getting.
Yeah.
And then with the work that you're doing here directly in Chile, together with the Chilean Cherry Committee, how has this contributed to the success of the entire industry for Chile and for sales in China as well? How are you guys working together for that?
Well, I think because we've been working for many years, so every year we have different learnings. And I think one of the successful factor will be because we really learn and we change and we actually adapt. All the know-hows, and we believe that because in China is such a rapid changing society, we need to actually adjust our strategies. We need to be very agile. So I think for the Chilean Cherry Committee, they are willing to listen, and actually they come to China quite often. Despite the fact of COVID, but right after that, they all came to China, so they really see firsthand information, firsthand situation. So it's very encouraging as well.
So the joint work between the two sectors is very important.
Yes, we actually there's a group of expertise in China, so we work with the Chilean Committee directly. So it's very crucial that they listen and we offer our opinion and we change and we adapt.
Perfect. Yeah. And overall, even with your presentation, what would you say is the most important message that you want to give to Chilean producers and exporters who are selling their fruit in China?
That's a very good question. I will say it needs to have speed. Speed and confidence.
Because good quality as well is quality, very important.
I think quality is a given. Okay. I still remember I talked to a lot of importers in China. All they said to me is that, Patti, just tell the Chilean, give me the good quality products. I will sell as much as you just give it to me, just as long as the quality is good. So for quality is a given, but I think changing, adapt quick enough, and the speed will be very, very crucial.
And finally, what are the biggest challenges for the next seasons to come for exports of fresh produce to China, and cherries in particular, of course?
I think basically 2 years ago, we really suffered by the logistics because the port we stuck there, and actually our products will be not in a good shape. But now at least China government, they're trying to improve that. So I think as long as we actually work very hard on that to really tackle the logistic issues, I think the rest, I think the China team will really do, like importer, everything, they would do it. So as long as they just get a good quality and get the logistic right, I think everything will be very smooth. But I heard about because every year the Chinese New Year is different, right? So last year is very early, but this coming year is a little bit late. So that's another challenge that we need to face. But I think we have a lot of experience about tackling that, so it should be okay.
Okay, Patti, thank you very much for your time, and we hope you keep enjoying this great event here in Chile.
Yeah, I will. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was our interview with Patti Sun, CEO of Daymon Worldwide China. Stay tuned for more interviews during this Global Cherry Summit 2023 edition. Thank you.